Hey, so this is a cute little turtle I did, and I actually took a poll on my Instagram feed to see what I should do, and I think octopus was an option, which I had already done, and I offered a turtle, and I got feedback that I should do a turtle. So that's how I decided to do this cute little creature. Anyway, he was just standing there, and I thought I needed to add something of interest, more illustrative, and so I decided to put a bird on his back. I also wanted to add a little fun element, so I ended up adding the birthday party hats, so it gives the viewer the idea that there's something else going on. The sky, I really love having blue sky in my paintings. It's one of my favorite colors, sky blue, or kind of a periwinkle blue. And I put this wash down to add an extra dimension to this painting, and actually it's a technique I decided to use in a good amount of my new paintings. And it's a technique I really love as well. So having the purple shine through the blue is just one of my favorite combinations of colors. And the cute little clouds floating by. Because my art is illustrative, I can play around with traditional colors, and you can see that here I added some turquoise to the shell, but I decided to keep him a green color, even though turtles, we think of them as green, but they're not always green. They can be gray or probably a combination of browns and things like that. So I made him green and teal or turquoise, and I started making the design on his back out of blue, and I was going to make a variation of different colors on each one, but when I looked at it I really didn't like it that much, so I decided to make them all blue. And you'll see here I'm changing that color because it's not something I really liked. And that's the beauty of artistic license. You can make it whatever you want. Nobody can tell you because it's your piece of art. You own it. I'm trying to give the turtle details, almost an effective dimension. So part of the technique I use here is to make it variations of lighting. And I did try to make the top of the shell a little bit lighter as the light point comes down from the top because of the sun in the sky. And then do you make each individual shell bump its own dimension? I kind of hinted at that, but I wasn't, like really strict with it. When I do more realistic style, I'm pretty strict with light and shadow, but here I was okay with it not being completely dimensional. It just gave a hint of that. Then when I did the grass, because of the nature of the green being a little more transparent, I knew I was going to have to do multiple layers. So I just did kind of a wash of the green to begin with, and then I went back in here and added lights and darks for the grass. But initially, my thought was you could see the grass where the light hits it underneath his shell. But then as I did that effect right here, it didn't look right because there really wasn't a shading example for underneath the turtle. And of course he's going to have shadow underneath him from the bright light. So it just was not right in my mind. And so I went back and decided to lighten the foreground and darken the background underneath him. Initially I was thinking, okay, it's a straight on shot of him, and you could see the lit grass through his opening there, and that just didn't work. So I went back and changed around the lighting on that. And then I gave him a cute little decorative trim on his shell, but I haven't gone back in yet. There it is. I went back in now and changed it. Because there's so much blue and green in this, I wanted to add some other colors, and that's why I put in multiple colors on his hat, even though it looks kind of like blue still, but it's actually that teal color, and the cute little birdie in bright yellow, which is a really good complement to the color in the rest of the painting, I think. And I kind of like analogous colors a lot. I think that adds a lot to the paintings. And normally I put rosy cheeks on my little characters, but he's a turtle, and to me rosy cheeks would have seemed awkward for him, so I just made him a little brighter green, and I gave my rosy cheeks to the birdie. That's all. Thank you for joining me.